Hey everybody, I am coming making this video message and I want to tell you what is not addressing you should not be addressed by you. Now, this is something that I want to keep teaching you all about, and it is how a lot of people spend a lot of time on social media and maybe in their real life addressing people and things that are not addressing them. Now, I put up the post and I talked about this in my community tab earlier, and oh, it was not popular. People felt some type of way about that. They did not like that, but it's a real fact. I want you all to know, and I say it with the utmost respect and in love, you have got to stop addressing people and things that are not addressing you. Ask yourself, how many times have you sat back on social media, whether it was YouTube, whether it was Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and any other popular social media platform, and you saw something that somebody posted, or you saw a video that someone made and it wasn't addressing you, but because of your internal struggles or your personal internal guilt, because a certain topic was addressed or talked about, you zoomed in on that person's video or their post and you begin to be argumentative with them. I want you all to pay attention to that. How many moments and how many times have you had over the course of you being on social media that you've addressed a lot of people that was not addressing you? Take all the time that you need with that. Take all the time you need, because this is something that needs to be addressed. This is something that needs to be exposed about a lot of people, because what happens is that people will feel like because they don't agree with something, or they don't believe in something, or they don't have the courage and the boldness to speak out on something, they will take offense to another person who is bold enough and courageous enough to step out and speak against or about a particular thing. The thing or the subject matter that they're talking about does not have to be about you. But a lot of people who get caught up in their emotions, they get caught up in their rage and their anger, they will allow another person, like I said, this could be on social media or it could be in your real life. It would trigger something in you and make you become combative with the person. You will become confrontational with the person. You will start arguing with the person. You will even fall out, unfollow, and delete certain people just because you feel like they were talking about you when they talked about a particular subject matter. I want you all to really start paying attention to this. If you are the type of person who say that the subject matter was someone is talking about people who gossip, and they're breaking it down and they're talking about how somebody gossips, why would you come and address them and say, if this fits you, why would you zoom in on them and say, well, are you talking about me? I only gossip because this person is always saying this, and this about me. So I came and I addressed it. What is it to address? The subject matter and the topic was not being directed towards you. It was about overall people who gossip. Now, if you're guilty of gossiping, then it just is what it is. But for anybody to zoom in on somebody and start arguing and fighting with them, or they want to delete and block somebody behind their personal belief, their personal opinions, and because they're speaking on a certain topic or subject matter, you are wrong. That is what this video message is about. I have sat back and seen people be good friends with someone. They are real tight with each other. They are supportive of each other, but let a certain incident go on. It could even be something with celebrities. This is real, and I got to talk about this. You can have celebrities that have a personal situation that's being splattered all over the internet or on the news. Say a celebrity couple broke up, or they're going through a ugly divorce, or say that a scandal hit the fan about a certain celebrity. People will start to speak out about it. They will start to talk about it. And a lot of times in situations like that, people pick sides. They pick who they believe. They pick who they don't believe. People will know that a particular person is wrong if enough evidence that's solid is presented, but they will still go along with the person or the people that they like. And so I have seen friends actually fall out because one friend didn't agree with the other one, or they spoke out against something politically. A lot of times with elections right around the corner, people will begin to fall out with friends about who they're going to vote for. I have seen people argue and fight about, oh, you're voting for that particular person that's running for president, but they did this, 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 and this. Oh, that person is a Republican. You should follow the Democratic Party. And so people will get mad, they will fly into rages, and they will be in their comment section acting a fool. I just want to let you all know you cannot spend a lot of this time addressing things that are not addressing you. You all have got to be mature enough, and you have to be wise enough to understand that when someone makes a statement or when someone is talking about something, it does not mean that it's always about you personally. A lot of people on social media, they will make something that's not even about them. It's something just general. They will make it be about them. They will make it be very personal, and they will begin to hate that person. They will begin to speak against that person. They will unfollow a person. They will fall out with real friends simply because of how they feel about something or because of something they believe in. I'm letting you all know, if something is not addressing you, you should not be addressing it, because you actually expose and reveal what you're actually guilty of, your character, and overall the type of person you are when you come and you want to fight somebody and be combative and argue with them about something they're talking about. A lot of times those are a lot of guilty people, and this is why they have the saying, a hit dog hollers, because if something has pinched you, if something has hurt you, you're going to speak out about it. Now, all of us have opinions. All of us on social media and other places, depending on what it is, we talk about it. But I'm talking about those of you, you will be friends with somebody. You will be cool with somebody. You will really be supportive of somebody. It's some of you all, you may support other channels. You may support people on Instagram. You've never met them in real life. They've never personally done anything to you. You like their style. You like their content. You like their spirit. You like certain things that they bring out to the forefront and they talk about. And so you're cool and you're okay until they hit a nerve that is down your lane. Now, the whole time, like I said, you don't even know them in real life. They have no clue about what you're doing in your everyday real life. They don't know anything about what you're doing in your everyday real life. They don't know what you're doing behind closed doors. They don't really know the type of person that you are. But it just it just coincidentally happened to be that they're talking about a particular thing, and if you're guilty of it, you want to unfollow that person. You want to block that person. You want to argue with that person. I've even seen people on social media come under somebody's comment section when they posted something. It could be a meme. It could be a video, whatever it is. And that person will be so highly offended by it. They will go and they'll say, well, are you talking to me? I've had people, when I was on Facebook, because I'm not on Facebook now, I took a break. I can't say when I will go back to Facebook, but as of right now, I have no desire to go back to it. But anyway, when I was on Facebook for about 13, 14 years. I had never deactivated my page. I had never taken a break. But there were a few people, when I would talk about a subject matter, I wouldn't know anything about these people's personal lives. I wouldn't know about no situation or mess that they were in. I would not know what they were doing behind closed doors, but they would inbox me either call me if they have my number, and they'll say, well, Kiki, who were you talking about when you posted about that particular subject? I would be like, what do you mean? Who was I talking about? I'm talking about it in general. Oh, well, I felt like you were posing that towards me. I felt like you were talking about me. And I'm like, what would make you think? Because at the time, I had more than probably 1,000 or 1,500 friends on Facebook. And I said to this particular person, this was years ago, I said, what will make you think that when I go to make a video or when I go to post about a particular topic that I have you on my mind? What will make you think that I'm even thinking about you? You've got to understand that I have so many encounters with a bunch of different people. I've had run-ins with several family members. I've had things go on at work. I've had things go on in different situations. But why would you think I would zoom in on little old you and I would make an entire post about you? And so when they sat with that, I think they came to the conclusion of how immature and foolish they were to think that out of all the people I know and all the encounters I mostly have in real life, that I would zoom in on them. And see, this is why I told you all in another video message, if you are out here doing a job and God has called you to expose evil, or God has created you to be a very bold and courageous person, and you don't fear talking about certain things that you know will edify the body of Christ, although it makes a lot of people uncomfortable, then you cannot be concerned about other people that you may know who are involved in what you're speaking out against. You can't be concerned about that, because how many other topics are you going to be talking about and somebody else gets offended off of it? Are you going to shut down every single thing that you're talking about? Are you going to shrink yourself? Are you going to walk on eggshells and say, I can't talk about this because it's about 30 people in my audience that I know would get offended off this? Well, you know what? I was going to talk about this, or God is dealing with me about speaking about this, but I can't talk about that because this group of friends right here, they're going to get mad at me and they're going to think I'm taking shots at them. Well, I do know that these 3 or 4 people, that they are kind of dealing with this certain subject matter that I'm talking about, or they're involved in this thing right now, but I'm not even talking about them. But if I post it, they gonna think I'm talking about them. How many of you all are gonna keep stopping your life being overly concerned about what these people think? Anything you talk about that is holding people in general accountable, anything you talk about where you're telling people to take responsibility, anything you talk about where you're telling people to pay attention to their attitude and things that they're doing and their heart and all of that, somebody is going to get offended. But all I'm telling you all is that if somebody has not directly said something to you, how do you know 100% that a post is addressing you? How do you know that a video is addressing you? How do you know that a meme is addressing you? And if you look over it, a lot of you all probably have so many people blocked that probably were your biggest cheerleaders. They probably were your biggest supporters. But simply because they talked about something that did not make you feel good, and you came up with all of these different conjectures and theories in your head about how you feel, this person was talking about you. I feel that this person was sneak dissing me. I feel that this person is talking about me. You walk around angry. You walk around offended. You're deleting and blocking good people, people that could ultimately be your destiny helpers. I'm telling you, stop addressing what is not, or who is not addressing you. It becomes messy. It becomes full of drama. It's a distraction. Excuse me. It's a distraction, and it takes a lot of your time. You have to grow in grace under God. You have to grow in wisdom, and you have to know and understand that just because something is being talked about, or just because people feel a certain way, or they believe in certain things, you have to know that you're not included in that. Now, in some cases and in certain moments, it may be somebody maybe did sneak diss you, but are you going to spend the rest of your life hunting people down based off what you see them posting when they're not directly coming at you? Because there are some people, they will directly drop your name. They will say your name on social media. They will drop your name. People will put your photo up and tell a whole story about you. We see a lot of that going on now. People are going viral because they are having conversations about certain people or exposing certain people. But if you spend an excessive amount of time addressing everything that you see, you're arguing with people, you coming in people comment sections. I've always been very curious about what are these types of people doing in their everyday life. When you have this type of time on your hands to zoom in of somebody's comment section and you're going back and forth with them and you're making accusations against them, you're literally accusing them of talking about you or referring to you when they really in reality don't know anything about your life. I've just been curious as to what type of lifestyle does these type of people live, because there's no way that you have a busy life or solid things happening for you in your life when you have time every day to come on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and whatever else, and you're arguing with people, making assumptions that they're talking about you. I hate to sound mean, but I'm going to tell you all, because I'm not really trying to be mean, but I have to be blunt and direct. People are not thinking about you the way that you think they are. A lot of people, you need their reality check. People don't really have you on their mind. I'm sorry, like you really think that they do. People are not thinking about you like that. People out here have a job to do. And if their job consists of them exposing wicked things, them talking about different things because they want people to get deliverance and they're directing and leading them to God, then you've got to take yourself out of the equation. Everything is not about you. And sometimes a lot of people become extremely egotistical where they feel like the whole world monitors them and they feel like everybody is watching them and they feel that everybody is concerned about them, when in reality you may have a lot of people that follow you, or you may have a lot of people that are subscribed to you, or whatever your situation is, but a lot of these people are not even watching you. They're not even tuning in to you. And so what I'm saying is that you've got to fill your idle time in with something else. Don't let it be social media comment sections. I'm sorry. Don't let it be social media comment sections, and don't let it be people that you are arguing with and falling out with in real life. You've got to pay attention to that, because in real life there are a lot of people. You could be sitting in a room full of coworkers, you could be sitting in a room full of family members or friends, and one person is talking about a situation and they start passing their opinion and they say they're talking to, it's two people talking, but it may be 5 or 10 people in a room, but it's two people talking, it's two people having a conversation, and one person may make a statement and say, well, I don't agree with this particular thing right here. This particular person did this, they said this, they did that. And then another person that's in a close proximity will jump into that, get mad, and say, yeah, well, I don't agree with that. Because see, when people do blah, 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 that's wrong. Okay, wait, listen. Why are you addressing something that's not addressing you? The conversation, number one, it didn't involve you. It involved two people. Whether that person was your friend or family member or whoever they were, whatever your connection was to them, if you see two people talking and they did not invite you into the conversation, why are you getting mad, puffed up, angry, and disrespectful, and you getting in somebody's face because they're talking about how they feel or what they think about somebody or something? Guys, please, we have got to do better. We have got to do better. People will try to blame you. People will create conflict with you because they are offended by something that literally has nothing to do with them. I'm gonna tell you all a quick story. This was something really real. Years ago, maybe I'm gonna say maybe this was 8 or 9 years ago. I had went to a good friend of mine's mother house. I was hanging out with this friend and she wanted to go stop by and she wanted to go and visit her mother. So we went to the mother's house and the mother was there with two of her friends, and they had been drinking and they cooked and they were eating and hanging out. Okay, fine. So a conversation came up between myself and my friend's mother. I don't even remember what the conversation was or how or why we got on the particular subject, but the subject was about men, and something went on with men, but one of the men was a gay man. And so my friend's mother said, well, Kiki, what did they say to him? Whatever the incident was, I just distinctly remember her asking me, what did they say to the man that was in the alphabet community? I said, oh, they called him every name in the book. They called him a FAG. I don't want to say it. Sorry, YouTube, I spelled it out. But at the time, I said, well, they called him a FAG. The friend's mother, her friend, literally, with me talking to my friend's mother, the friend's mother was not in the conversation. Neither one of us was talking to her. We were not addressing her. We was focusing on each other. This woman jumped in the conversation, came at me, and was like, watch yourself. Watch what you saying. I said, excuse me? Now, she's my this older woman. I said, excuse me? Watch myself. Watch my mouth. Who are you? She was like, well, I know I'm not in a conversation, but you said the FAG word. I said, and what about it? I said, I'm explaining to her what somebody else said about a guy. She was like, well, my son is gay, and so I don't like that word. Okay, but sweetheart, again, I could say what I want to say. Because first of all, it wasn't me that said it, but let's just say, for intent and purposes of this conversation, let's say I did. Sweetheart, you're not in the conversation. How you gonna tell another grown woman, whether you're my elder or not, how are you gonna jump into something that had nothing to do with you? You were not invited into the conversation. I'm having a personal conversation with your friend, and you jump in it, and then you bring your son in it when I don't even know your child. I don't know your son. I don't know how your son lives his life. I don't care. But I'm sitting talking about a situation that I saw play out, and my friend's mother asked me a question and what went on with that, and I'm giving her the details of it. And one of the details was that another guy called him the FAG word. So, and that's it. So the point that I'm making to you guys is that a lot of you all, you have beef with people who don't have beef with you. You are offended by people who are not offended by you. You are mad at people, have unfollowed people, and you've blocked people that probably initially really liked you. They like what you delivered. They like what you came with, but simply because they posted about something or talked about something and you didn't like it, or you made a mere assumption because you were in your feelings and emotions, now you want to cut them off. I've had people do that to me. This is a real thing, and I said I was going to talk about this. A lot of people, like a year or so ago, they used to be the main ones coming in my comment section. Every day, I could just bank on them coming in my comment section. Hey, Queen. God bless, Queen. Thank you for this word, Queen. I really like your channel, Queen. I really love you. I really like you. Okay, fine. But then when I started talking about heavy hidden topics and subjects, they all went away. And some of them that would come and tune in, I actually adored them. I loved the content that they put out. But I also found with that, some of the people who claim to be your biggest fans, and they're always saying something to you and going out of their way, those are the ones that turn on you at the drop of a dime. Those are the ones that get offended off you from the smallest minuscule thing. And so all I'm saying is that you all have got to stop addressing what is not addressing you or who is not addressing you. Keep your blood pressure down. Stop arguing with people. Stop falling out with people. Stop going back and forth with people if they're not talking about you. You've got to learn social media etiquette. You've got to learn this. You've got to learn that, okay, these people over here are posting about this and they're talking about this, even though it has nothing to do with me and I don't agree with it and I don't believe in it, but I'm still not going to say anything because that's their page. That is their page. That is their channel. They have the right to talk about what they want. This is a grown man. This is a grown woman. It is so unbelievable to me how so many people will feel like they have the right to try to single-handedly control what another grown man or woman posts on their page or post on their channel. People will do you like that. They'll be like, take that down. Why you talking about that? Now, I'm not talking about friends and family members warning you, because sometimes you'll want to post something and it's extremely divisive and it could bring some type of hurt or harm to you. I'm not talking about that, because people put up videos and they holding weapons and they holding drugs, stuff like that. You got to be careful with that. So if somebody's warning you about that, that's a different story. But it's some people, they just politically may not like a certain figure politically, and they talk about, well, I'm not voting for this person because of this. Or somebody may put up a meme that's talking about a particular thing, and people be like, you need to take that down. Why would you post this? Give me your phone. And they be dead serious. You cannot control what no grown man and woman is posting. And people spend a lot of their time and energy going on people social media platforms when it's pointless. You have nothing to do with what it is that they're doing, and you cannot control what they post. That is the video message. Well, guys, it's time for me to go because I have some other things to do. The Lord willing, I will be back with another video message. If any one of you have taken offense to anything I spoke about in this video message, it's okay. It's all right. I'm not worried about it. I am not concerned, because I know you will forgive me in the morning.